Good morning. So in the last video, I made a mistake. I was talking about how syncing your contacts, and if you're using Outlook, if you're using Imap protocols, your contacts should sync. That is incorrect. I was wrong. The only time your Google or the only time your Outlook contacts sync with your Outlook is if you're using a Microsoft account. So if you're using Outlook with your Google, let me open up Outlook here. Your contacts are down here. There's your mail, there's your calendar, there's your contacts. And you see I have no contacts here. And those emails or those contacts on my Google account will not transfer over. I thought it would. My mistake. So you have to manually export it from Google and manually import it into your Outlook. Again, if you're using a Microsoft account, which is Hotmail, Outlook.com, or you're paying for a Microsoft account for business, it doesn't apply to you, but this is for people who are using Google or any other service like Yahoo or AOL. I don't even think you could do this with AOL anymore. I think they recently changed that a couple of months ago. So anyways, what you do is you go over to your Google account, and here's your Gmail, and that's why I was looking in here to see. It used to be that there was a folder in here called contacts, and that's why it would sync. It doesn't do that anymore. So let's go over to our contacts. You see I only have one, and you want to export it, and you want to export it out to an Outlook CSV, and you'll export it, and it downloads really quick, regardless of how many contacts you got, unless you have millions of them. Once you have this downloaded and you see it looks like an Excel spreadsheet, you can minimize this out of your way, go over to Outlook, and then you're going to do File, wrong one, yeah, File, Open and Import. You're going to import. You're going to talk about, you're going to import from another file. You're going to do a comma separated value. That's what that CSV stands for. File to import, you're going to click Browse. It should be in your Downloads folder because you downloaded it. In this case, it is. You're going to click OK. And Next. It's going to ask you where to put it. In this case, Outlook does have a contact folder, and that's where you want to put the contacts. So you click Next. An error has occurred. Well, that's a problem. Let's take a look at that file real quick. There's not enough information in there. I bet you that's what it is. So let's put some more information in there. It's going to ask me to rename it because I modified it. I'm going to call it Contacts Mode. Now let's see if it'll do it. File, Open, Import, another file or program, comma separated values. We're going to change this to 1 because we made a modification. I'll put it in contacts. There we go. Yeah, so I didn't have enough information in the contacts. Import, and it's going to pop it in there, and there it is. So yeah, if you've maintained a good list of contacts from your Google account, obviously you won't run into that problem. I only had one. It was just the basic email. So I just went into the spreadsheet and made the change, and then it imported it. Yeah, you have to have some basic information in there, not just an email address or a phone number. But that's how you import it into Outlook from Google. And the other way works just as well. You can go and export, and if you're going to export it, you're going to export it to a file, and you're going to use comma separated values because you're going to go the opposite way with it. You're going to export your contacts. It's going to ask you for a name. We're going to call it contacts 2. It's going to export it. Once it's exported, you go over to your Google account. See, now there's 2. And here you can import. Select the file. It's in the downloads folder. In this particular case, we're going to do contact 2. Now this should give me an error because it's a duplicate. So you import it. Yep, there it goes, and it automatically merged it. Excellent, it did what it was supposed to do. So if you're working with Google and Outlook, that's how you have to do your contacts. Again, if you're working for a Microsoft account, it doesn't need to be done that way because your Microsoft account does that automatically. Something to note, I think I mentioned in the last video, was if you're using Imap on a Google account, that's how you'll know. So if you're in your Outlook, you know, from your mail or your calendar or whatever, yay, it's someone's birthday. Delete. Oh well, I'll get it in a minute. So you go into File and you'll see Imap here. If you're using Imap, that's how you'll know. If it says POP3, even if you're using a Microsoft account with POP3, your contacts are not going to transfer from the website to your Outlook and vice versa. So you'll have to do that file transfer as I just showed you. Excuse me. So yeah, that's how you know if you're using my Imap. That's how you export out of Google, import into Outlook, and vice versa. Not too hard, not too complex. Kind of important if you're planning to replace your computer this year, and you're using Outlook, you might want to back up your Outlooks, those files, not only to Google if you're using it, but you can also put that on a flash drive. And so later on, once you get the new computer started, you put in your account information, you need your contacts, you can use that same exported file to re-import it into your new computer on the new Outlook. That's how it works. So if you're using multiple computers with Outlook with the same account, again, you may have to do this with a Microsoft account. You don't have to, but if you got a Google account that you're syncing to with Outlook, you'll have to go from the computer that's got the most common contacts. You know, probably the easiest thing is to do is download that, export it up to Google, make sure the contacts update, and then go to the next computer, and then go to the next computer. Unfortunately, you know, Outlook doesn't make it easy. If you're using a different email program, whether it be EM Client or Thunderbird, same general process. There's a way of exporting your contacts to a comma separated value spreadsheet, and then you just upload them into Google, or you upload them into the new computer, or to your second computer. I know a lot of people have desktops and laptops, and that's how you share your contacts between the two. Outlook doesn't make it easy, unfortunately. Outlook does a lot of good things, but it does some other things really, really badly. So that was my video for today. I'll talk to you all later. And hey, I want to tell you to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to do that. It's important, because if you're not liking and sharing the videos and subscribing to the channel, I don't get paid. Then I have to harass you for money. So anyways, let me show you how to do that. Underneath the video, over here, thumbs up, thumbs down. Give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, you can do a thumbs down. It's okay. And then there's a subscribe button over here. Click that. That way you get notices every time I post up videos. They'll show up here in your bell every time you come to YouTube. That's how you do it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Talk to you later.